All right, so here's what's been going on with XRP lately. It's been making some serious moves, and people are really starting to pay attention again. XRP just recently broke above $2.20. We're seeing it right now while I'm recording the video, just a little bit below $2.19. That $2.20 mark might not sound huge at first, but here's the kicker. It's now only about 42% away from its all-time high of $3.84. And yeah, that's got everyone wondering, are we about to see a full-blown rally? Or is a pullback just around the corner? It all started after XRP bounced hard off a key support zone between $1.92 and $1.95. Things had been pretty sluggish before that, but once Bitcoin and Ethereum started showing some bullish momentum, XRP followed right behind. That push helped XRP finally crack through the stubborn resistance around $2.19 to $2.20. And now, that zone might flip into support, which would be huge for bulls aiming higher. The next major target, somewhere between $2.30 and $2.35. If XRP can break through that range, then we might be talking about retesting May's highs near $2.66 and inching closer to that legendary $3 mark. But here's the reality check. On the broader daily chart, XRP is still showing those annoying lower highs and lower lows. That's a classic sign of a bearish trend still hanging around. So unless XRP starts printing consistent higher highs, we might still be stuck in that downtrend, technically speaking. Short term though, things are looking up. The rally from the June 22nd low has already formed a promising three-wave structure, which is a good sign, but not quite confirmation of a solid uptrend just yet. Some analysts say we need to see a five-wave impulsive move before we can get too excited. That would be a real signal that XRP's next leg up is locked in, especially towards the $2.29 to $2.32 zone. What really got people buzzing, though, was the late session breakout where XRP surged nearly 6%. That jump came with an absolutely wild volume spike, over 108 million XRP traded in 1 hour, which is about 4 times the average. That kind of volume isn't just noise. It means there's actual capital behind this move. And even more interesting, whale wallets started moving huge amounts of XRP, like $58 million to Coinbase, and another massive $439 million moved by Ripple itself to an unknown wallet. Normally, that kind of whale activity freaks people out and triggers sell-offs, but XRP, it held strong. That's a pretty bullish signal if you ask me. The market shrugged off the pressure, which shows confidence is growing. Meanwhile, Google Trends shows a spike in people searching for XRP to $3. So retail interest is clearly heating up too. All of this is happening while the Ripple versus SEC lawsuit continues to loom in the background like a wild card. If there's any kind of positive regulatory clarity soon, that could be the spark that pushes XRP way higher. Price-wise, XRP traded in a pretty tight range over the last 24 hours, from around $2.17 to $2.23. But it was that final hour that stole the show. The price started lifting around 128 UTC, broke $2.19, and then volume just exploded at 133. At one point, XRP was trading over 2.7 million units per minute. It peaked at $2.23 and then settled into a consolidation zone above $2.19. So here's a quick recap of that breakout. XRP jumped 5.87% in the hour. Volume shot up to 108.12 million. Price topped out at $2.23 before cooling off a bit. New support seems to be around $2.17 to $2.19, while resistance is now $2.23. And it doesn't stop there. Over at Apex 2025, Ripple's big annual summit, the XRP ledger took center stage. They revealed a bunch of new stuff, tokenized treasuries, new compliance tools, and infrastructure tailored for institutional finance. It's clear Ripple is going all in on making XRPL the backbone of next-gen financial systems. Some of the biggest names in banking and crypto were there too. HSBC talked about how they're integrating blockchain for asset tokenization. Ripple showed off real-world asset support, including tokenized US treasuries via Ondo Finance, and even commercial paper rated Prime 1 by Moody's. That's big league stuff. They also announced support for a bunch of stablecoins: USDC, RLUSD, EUROP or 0p, XSGD, and more, helping XRPL grow its liquidity options. And a hackathon at the National University of Singapore showed just how much young developers are jumping into XRPL tech. So the bottom line, XRP's price action is strong. The tech behind it is getting more legit by the day, and if it can clear $2.35 while holding these new support zones, we might just see it test $3 sooner than expected. The next few weeks could be pretty exciting. Now, there is a crypto exchange, guys, if you haven't heard of it. It's called BTCC, and it's got some really nice benefits. It's been around for 13 years. You get access to over 300 cryptocurrencies, up to 500x leverage. And get this, there's no VPN or KYC needed to get started. You have bonuses. There's a 10% deposit bonus when you use a referral link. Mine is in the description below. And you can get bonuses all the way up to $10,055. So if this is something that you want to research more, or if you're ready to get started, you guys can find that link again down in the description below. And also, I'm on Blue Sky. We're almost to 40 followers at Crypto Atlas. You guys can go drop me a follow over there. Thank you guys so much. My Patreon supporters, as well as my YouTube members. God bless, and we'll see you in the next episode.